Welcome to the GracePoint Publishing podcast. Today, we begin a new segment where our authors narrate a chapter of their book for you. Today, Ann Levitt shares a story from her book, Awakening to the Power of Source, your guide to co-creating with the divine. Please see the show notes for information on how to buy Joanne's work and connect further with her message. And now, here's your narrator, Ann Levitt.
In the process of learning to channel and co-create with the divine, I've had a wonderful diversion, learning also that animals are very sensitive to us humans, and that if we listen closely, we can tune in to their conversation and the thoughts they are thinking. This is George, and I'll speak to you briefly, but quite honestly, I'm afraid I don't have much to say right now. Sitting here in the midst of all this human traffic, I confess that the lack of stillness and privacy serves as a great distraction. Hello, I'm Georgianna, and I'm circling around, keeping a lookout on my husband, George, who no longer participates and who seems to be greatly troubled by our Piscean Kingdom. I'm not troubled. That's not a good characterization. I'm simply complete, as in done, over, finished. I've had enough of roaming around this small space, which offers only a few caverns, rocks, and trees, and maybe a tiny cave in which to sleep or continue one's explorations. Life here in this enclave no longer interests me. I've told you that before. Please, don't take it personally. I don't take it personally. Of course, I too feel a sense of alienation. After all, our kids are still caught up in the fish race, playing hide and seek, exploring all there is to be explored. But I'm not yet done, George. There's still more to see and do, and much more to learn. I'm perfectly content with the role of watcher, which was assigned to me even before you came on the scene. Watcher is such a stupid role. What is there to watch in this 3x5 space? You've been through every nook and cranny, Georgianna. You've seen fish come and go, and you've raised our own brood in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes. Don't you see? There's so much more to life than what we have here. I understand that, George. I can see out the window just like you can. The difference is that I'm still embodied and I'm still here observing everything from a place of neutrality. For me, that provides a greater challenge and at the same time an even greater reward. Well, I know nothing about that, having never been designated a watcher. But it seems to me that I do a hell of a lot more watching than you do. That may be true, since you spend most of your time at the top of this tank, with your head touching the ceiling. What are you looking at with so much longing and anticipation? I'm longing to get out of here. Look at that vast world surrounding us. Look at the people coming and going, as well as the young children who stop to gaze at us and follow our movements. Doesn't that excite you? Don't you want to be out there moving around in that larger world? Not really. I'm content to be where I am. There's enough going on inside of me and outside of me to keep me busy and occupied here. It just makes me sad to see you floating up there for hours. Life has otherwise lost all its charm for you. You're right on that score. And the other thing that troubles me is that you no longer fulfill on your promise. You've relinquished your sacred mission while you spend all that time looking outward. Oh, I don't know about that. For instance, this older woman who's been staring at me for the last 20 minutes while she waits for her appointment with her doctor has certainly reaped the benefits of her time with me. How do you know? Can't you tell? My solitary placement here at the top of our tank has got her entranced. She may be watching me, but I've been keeping track of her just the same. In fact, I've been counting carefully. Her blood pressure has already dropped 20 points and is still plummeting. She won't need a higher dose of her medication when she goes in to see the doctor. Oh, good work, George. That's fabulous. Thank you. I knew you'd appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the GracePoint Publishing Authors Podcast. We can't wait to talk more next time as we introduce you to another one of our amazing authors. Make sure you hit subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss a single episode of the GracePoint Publishing Authors Podcast. To find out more about our authors and to see how we can help you publish your book, head to GracePointPublishing.com. Keep writing. Keep creating. Your words matter.